We've seen many inventive ideas come after that sweet Kusama Treasury pot of honey. Some may have been warranted and some not so much. While I reviewed the list today, I thought to myself, I really should have considered joining the Elixir team to pay myself $100 an hour. I mean, who wouldn't, right? In today's Open Governance episode, we'll find out what's going on right now on Kusama. Let the chaos begin. Welcome to today's video. If it's your first time here, my name is Claudio and this is Cryptos Chain. Starting with the small spender track where individuals can request up to and including 333 KSM. Referendum 123 raised by Dudo50, which is aimed to create a software development toolkit called Paraspell XCM, which I spoke about in the last video, has been doing very well. The referendum is currently winning with over 25,000 KSM in favor and over 2,300 against. Referendum has 5 days and 4 hours left before decision, and I had voted aye for this when I initially reviewed it. Referendum 126 raised by Kusama Papercraft, who's looking for funding to craft Kusama logos from paper and also create some NFTs. The team are looking for 290 KSM for their effort, which is worth approximately $10,000. Referendum is currently passing with over 26,000 KSM in favor and over 7,000 against in their 6 days and 5 hours before decision. This proposal has been audited by multiple auditors, including myself, following a specific template, and one of the things that I marked them down for is that the team are not from the community, so they don't have any reputation, but they have been transparent about providing LinkedIn profile links in the proposal, so that's definitely good. They're also looking for a reasonable amount of funding, and the idea is unique, though I'm not so sure if it'll really bring much value to us coin holders. However, I voted aye for them, and from an audit perspective, they do meet expectations based on my score. Looking at the medium spender tracks, referendum 125 raised by Paradox is looking to propose curators for bounty regarding statement validators, which was a separate proposal that was created and I've spoken about in the last video. The referendum is currently passing with almost 40,000 KSM in favor and almost 2,000 against, and there are 6 days and 2 hours left before a decision is made. I had previously voted aye in the first proposal, so I voted aye for this too as a continuation of that bounty, as I do support the idea. Referendum 131 raised by Zixi Interlay, who works for the Interlay team, which is a parachain on Polkadot, has created a proposal asking for funding to create a fiat on-ramp process with their banking partner Bansha for various parachain teams that would like to add the on-ramp feature for their dApps or wallets. The bounty would be $10,500 per parachain, and the total requested amount is $105,000 for 10 parachains to onboard it. Referendum is currently winning with over 33,000 KSM in favor and just over 1,000 KSM against, and there are 9 days and 4 hours left before a decision is made. I personally voted aye for this as I'm a big supporter of the idea of having a fiat on-ramp features. It'll help bring adoption to the Polkadot ecosystem. So for me, this is a no-brainer. I vote because it actually brings value for us coin holders. Moving on to the big spender tracks, referendum 119 raised by Polkadot Arena for the Italian translation group, which I spoke about in the last governance video as well, is not doing great, and it looks like it will get rejected very soon with over 43,000 KSM against it and just over 6,200 in favor. Referendum only has 6 hours and 18 minutes before decision is made. I had voted aye for this as I believe they should just go to the bounty that's being managed by WAG Media now for translation services. Referendum 121 raised by RAF, looking to launch the hackathon in Korea, have received a lot of pressure from the community in the comments, and the votes are reflected on that pressure. They are currently losing with almost 53,000 KSM against and almost 27,000 in favor. Referendum has around 8 hours left before a decision is made. I had voted nay for this, and I saw that they also replied to my last comment saying that they're planning on shifting to Polkadot's bounty number 17.
It's currently unprofitable to run a validator on Kusama at less than like 8%, 10% commission. Most of them are running right around there, and our validators are running on a loss on Kusama. So
Referendum 124 raised by Polkadot are looking to raise 6,533 KSM, which is worth approximately $228,000 for the creation of the Polkadot wallet, which is a rebranding of the previously Web3 Foundation funded Polkadot JS Plus extension that's meant to have a nicer UI and which also shows you balances, as well as allows you to stake and contribute to crowd loans and offers ledger support. Currently losing with over 44,000 KSM against and over 40,000 KSM in favor. We've got 5 days and 19 hours left before a decision is made. I personally voted nay for this last week when I discovered that the team hold over 3,100 KSM, which is just over 40% of what they're asking for, and used 6x convention to vote for themselves. So when you flex your muscles like that, expect that to backfire, especially if it's not justified. Then they have come back to us in a comment with some stats that over 100 people have installed their extension in the month of February and that they get over 1k impressions, though overall compared to Nova Wallet and Talisman that's way lower. So to me it still doesn't justify the large cost even if I ignore their muscle flexing. They also commented with a short clip of Gavin talking about having multiple wallets in the ecosystem, which is fine, but just be reasonable after you see people comment and saying that other wallets have a lot more to offer and maybe are asking for the same amount of funding. Like, what would I want to continue funding if I had a choice? The one that gets the most attention or the one that just wants to be paid?
So at that point, people can start to think about, okay, is this one of 25 that I want to fund? Because that's the real issue you need to get to. Like, how many of these can we realistically fund? And, you know, I think people will start thinking about it differently rather than thinking of them as like one-offs. Is this one of 25 that I truly want to have?
Moving on to referendum 132 raised by Albert Elixir, which just recently launched and wants to create a platform that's going to help onboard Web2 devs to Web3, providing them with all the different resources available to help them access the substrate information. Similar to Stack Overflow, but with bounties for developers to help other developers with questions. They're asking for 3,750 KSM, which is worth approximately $130,000. The referendum was just recently launched. They're currently losing with 260 KSM against and 164 KSM in favor. There are 14 days and 1 hour left before decision is made. I personally abstained from this one for now as I'm waiting for some explanation for my comment, which, to keep it short, is to explain how they plan to market Elixir, because that didn't get mentioned in the proposal. I'd also like to know what's the reason behind every team member paying themselves over $100 an hour, most being over $130 for the web developers or UX designers, of who there isn't a shortage of on the market, so it's way above market rate. I know senior Rust devs get paid around $100 an hour because they're very hard to find, but the rest just isn't justified. So I'd like to see what they have to say before I vote. Also, I don't really agree with the cost for their 2 packages for development teams right now, and even if they want to self-sustain, which is a good plan. I just don't think a brand new product which has yet to prove a good user base should charge users large amounts. But a bit later, I've seen that Swiss Bond has also commented to ask them why they chose to use Glitter protocol, which is based on Tendermint chain on Cosmos and not a Polkadot solution. Now, I'm pretty sure that Subsquid team could provide some solution for them when it comes to indexes. So let's see what they'll have to say. And finally, looking at the state of the Treasury this week, 649.9 KSM will get burned, which is worth over 22.6k. And 324,996 KSM are left to be spent, which is worth 11,342,000. That's been it from today's Open Governance news video. Thanks as always for watching. Let me know what you plan to vote down in the comment section below. Also, please don't forget to hit the like to help this video get spread to more people, and don't forget to share it if you think you know the right people who hold KSM and may find value in it. Till next time.